trucks will ride. Blue Guardian fights with iron machine pride. Metal screams as lasers let mutant hide. In the robot world, darkness we collide. Brave the iron storms where red mutants ride. Still hear screaming against creator guide. Mechanical wars destiny can't deny. In the robot world, darkness we collide. Brave the iron storms where red mutants ride. Still hear screaming against creator guide. Mechanical wars destiny can't deny. Rise up, Slithor, and crush creeps and mutants steal. Energy running circuits feel the thrill. Rule this robot world, wasteland make it real. Against the red mutants our fate will seal. Rise power in their evil hand. The Slithor marches with a steel command. In battle's chaos we make our bold stand. Sparks fly, Blue Guardian mission on the line. Chrome Guardians where steel hearts burn and shine. The red and blue destinies will intertwine. In the Robo-Structs war we will defy. Rise up, Slithor, and crush creeps and mutants steal. Energy running circuits feel the thrill. Rule this robot world, wasteland make it real. Against the red mutants our fate will seal. Rise up, Slithor, and crush creeps red mutants steal. Energy running, circuits feel the thrill. Rule this robot world, wasteland make it real. Against the red mutants our fate will seal. Shells full, fighting with red mutants, iron might. Zoid motors hum, leaving machine trails. Fearlessness marching in driven lines. Blue Guardian shell with cannon whales. In the war zone, iron outshine the slimes. Feel the red mutants like army as it conquers Zoidstar's alien land. Monster machine hunts for body. Under red horn we withstand. Steel clashes as sparks fly wild. Zoid our engines thrown loud. The slimes are all reviled. Under Zoidstar, sky so proud. Breaking Blue Guardians with laser shots so hot and bright. No rest for these Zoid warriors. Blue Zoid tears fuel our Zoid our might. machine has got body. On the red horn we withstand. I'll feel the red mutant Zoid army as it conquers Zoids of alien land. Monster machine has got body. On the red